Greetings, one and all. Definitely didn't have some issues trying to select the F3 button. It's me, the one and only, the breaded chef. And in the last episode of the bakery, we, excuse me, I have the hiccups. We constructed this amazing bridge. It still needs to be worked on a little bit, mainly just actually getting some slabs in there, so it's not just like a blocky elevation. But other than that, I thought it turned out good. In other words, besides my bakery, I finally got my Riffs in Time a teaser trailer up. I finally, so that's good. I finally got that bad boy up after about like two to 3 weeks of work, and I think personally, I think it shows. In fact, funny story. Just like maybe 5 hours before it went live, I was finishing up some scenes or improving some of the scenes for one of the areas of the build of Rifts specifically, and I pretty much stayed up the entire night building it. And of course, it wasn't that bad. The only major thing that I had to do was build a giant ice tree, and the reason why that's in there is because a good friend suggested it, aka one of my consultants that I like to ask advice from. Their names were Hobbit and Evie. Honestly, two of my closest advisors in terms of riffs, especially Hobbit. That man, I make some ideas of my own that are pretty decent, but Hobbit, he's the lead in terms of riffs design. The way I like to see it, he's the architect. I mean, he's the architect that envisions these things, good ideas, and I'm the one who puts those ideas into good use, good builds. And that's not to answer some questions that I feel like some people have. That riffs right there is not going to be the final iteration of riffs. No. That's just a sample of what riffs is gonna be. So think of it like a fashion show, showing off what is and what isn't possible. And in fact, I do think that that project right there challenged me and improved some of my editing in some small way or some grand way. So yeah. In today's episode, we are going to be clearing out this area to actually get my pastures up and running. That way we could actually get like sheep, milk, cows, chickens, eggs, all that lovely stuff. But yeah, I'm running it. I need to make more slabs than I thought. But how was y'all guys weekends doing? Hope they were doing good. I know mine certainly was. I definitely did not pull like several all-nighters to get work done because I procrastinated them to focus on riffs, get that bad boy out to you guys, because I promised it to you multiple times over I promised it to you on Monday. Didn't reach the deadline then because the way it was structured wasn't that good in my opinion. It could have been better, and I'm kind of glad I made that call, because the current version, the version that you guys saw, is a far better and, in my opinion, greater iteration than the original design. So yeah. But would you like that while we were talking? Oh god. Anyways, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I forgot what I was gonna say. Give me a second, hold on. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I have no idea what I was gonna say. Oh. Also, these hiccups are killing me, man. Like, golly. Can't remember what I was gonna say. No, yeah, that's definitely gonna bug me. Oh. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, no, I forgot what I was gonna say. That's gonna annoy me. But like I said, today's episode we are mainly going to be working on the clearing out the ranch, or yeah, the ranch area, this area specifically. But it is getting dark, and yeah, yeah. Also, I expanded my farm a little bit. I also got also got 13 loaves of bread, so that's good. Also, I forgot to give you guys a proper introduction. Uh, after like, I think like 7 minutes in, yeah, something like that. Oh, so we'll do it right now. Greetings and salutations, y'all lovely loaves. It's me, the one and only breaded chef. Boom, there we go. We finally got the introduction in. I don't know if I'll put that bad boy in the very beginning or if I'll just keep it the way it is. But for now, I am going down into the mines and getting more iron. I can't remember if I put the iron back in these chests or if they're, yeah, it's down in the mine. I also need to make a proper mine. I completely abandoned the whole iron cart system. That's something that's cool. Iron in there, iron in there. There should be something there. There it is. Boom. Oh. And so we'll make. Well, we got a shovel. Well, I guess in that case we are going to be making some sticks. And there we go, got some sticks. I'm making an axe. But, yeah, no, this is definitely killing me. There we go, now time to go chop down some trees. Alright, we're in the farming area, or more of the, like, animal area. Well, the future barnyard. Oh. But in this, actually I already said that. So, thank you all for the wait. Sorry for not uploading yesterday. I kind of needed a longer break than anticipated because I kind of wore myself out with like this over this weekend getting schoolwork done. So I thank you all for your patience. I do hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, let's get into this bad boy. Alright folks, just cleared out the south side of the island. It is not much, didn't really do much in terms of denting it. Besides, we'll need to clear out these trees, but I got a lot of wood, so I feel like I know what my wood of choice is going to be for this whole barnyard area. But I figured while I am finishing up with this outside, I might as well continue to tell a stories that I've read from the Metamorphoses. Yeah, let's see here. We left off, I think, what was it? I'm pretty sure I left off mainly on Ovid himself, yeah. I was just talking about Ovid. Yeah, whole Roman poet in the rise of the Augustuses, the princeps with Augustus Caesar himself, first Roman emperor. Anyways, on to the very first myth, if you will, which would be a creation story, and it's a very long one. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, but to pretty much summarize that sucker, in the beginning, there was nothingness. There was just straight up nothing but chaos. And from chaos eventually rose Gaia herself, or no, Earth. Really, Ovid, I think, or Ovid used Earth. I can't remember. And eventually, from nothingness rose the Earth, and the Earth fashioned herself a mate known as Saturn, or in the Greek term, more commonly known as Kronos, and birthed forth three sets, and from Gaia and Uranus. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Kronos. It was Uranus, the sky, and from the sky, from the union of the Earth and sky, arose three sets of beings. With the first sets of beings having 50 heads and 100 hands, known as the Hecatoncres, as well as let's say you have the Hecatoncres, which trembled the world as they walked, as well as the Cyclopes, or the Cyclops, if you will. Now, these Cyclops are different than the Cyclopses of the sons of Poseidon, or in this case, the sons of Neptune. They were born from a union of Gaia and Uranus. So yeah. And the third set of beings were the Titans. You got Saturn, you got Kronos, as well as a bunch of other Titans that I honestly cannot really remember the name of. But eventually, under the rule of the Titans, was the Golden Age, which will be expanded upon later. But for now, it's just mainly setting up the whole rigmarole of how the world is coming to be. And eventually, from the Titans, birthed the Olympians. Not yet the Olympians, but the gods, as we know them. You have Zeus's oldest born, Hestia. You got Hestia, Poseidon, Demeter, Hera, and then lastly, Zeus, or in this case, Jupiter. And really what I found interesting while reading the Metamorphoses is that I found out where the name by Jove comes from. And turns out Jove is another term for Jupiter. Zeus is another term for by Zeus, so it's pretty much just saying by Zeus or by Jupiter. It's quite literally a form of if you will, like a curse, if you will, or exclamatory mark, which I find kind of interesting. But anyways, Gaia, disheartened by, or no, it wasn't that. It was oh yeah, oh no, I completely missed over. Uranus, the god of the sky, disheartened and honestly just absolutely disgusted with the creatures that were first birthed with the Cyclopes as well as the Hecatoncres, cast them down into Tartarus, a place held within Hades. That's the name of the underworlds, yeah, it's just weird. And due to this, Gaia, disheartened to see her children cast down into Tartarus, gave Kronos, or gave Saturn, a sickle made of adamantium, and usurped his father, Uranus, and cut off his genitalia. And that went down into the ocean below. And in some versions of either Roman myth or Greek myth, is how either the place, how Delos is born, or how Aphrodite is born. It really depends on the poet and who you're reading from, really. It really depends on who you're reading it from. And thus, after taking and usurping his, after Kronos usurps, after Saturn, Kronos, doesn't really matter. After he usurps his father's place, I can't remember if it was either he thought that since he overthrew his father, that his firstborn was one of his sons was going to overthrow him. And so as his children were being born, he consumed each and every one of them right as they were being born. And the Titaness Rhea, sister of Kronos, Greek mythology is a weird thing, really. Really, mythology overall is a weird thing. But yeah, due to this, Rhea, not wanting to see her child be eaten, swapped baby Zeus, Jupiter, with a stone and swallowed it, and swallowed the stone to make it look like it was the freshly born Jupiter. And Rhea, was it Rhea? No, it was either Rhea or Gaia brought Zeus to Crete, to where he could be raised, nurtured off of some goddess, as well as guarded by a local tribe of Crete. And when he was old enough, I can't remember who was it that gave Zeus the poison. Anyways, regardless of the matter, what happens is Zeus gives something is given to Saturn, and as soon as given something to Saturn to eat or drink, regardless, the point is, as soon as he drank it, the mixture, whatever he was given, caused him to throw up the Olympians, his children that were inside his stomach. And as a result, the gods went to war with the Titans for about 10 long years. And this event was called the Titan Magi. Yeah. And as a result, the Titans, the gods, were losing this battle. And so Gaia told to Zeus they should win the battle if they release her children that were still within Tartarus. And so Zeus went down to Tartarus and freed the Hecatoncres and Cyclopses. And as a result, the Cyclopes forged and gifted Zeus, Jupiter, with his iconic thunderbolts and lightning. And so, with the help of the Hecatoncres and their 100 hands and 50 heads, were able to see a lot of the battle. And so, as a result, the Greek gods came out victorious and took their place as rulers of the pantheon, pretty much. And eventually, man would be made with the help of Prometheus. But I'm just gonna stop that story right there for now, because I'm starting to lose a lot of the detail, and I love to tell stories, but I also want to get the information right on the stories being told, especially when it comes to ancient works such as Ovid and all them. So yeah, but I do think that I'm probably gonna either stop right now, because I feel like this is gonna take a long time, specifically for this project right here, in regards to getting the resources specifically, as well as finding the sheep. So this is definitely going to be a multi-episode project. So yeah. But right now, I guess I'm just going to be flattening out this land. So that's going to be a fun one. Okay, let's see here. So we got that. That path could go right here. Then what would go right here? I guess this area could be like some kind of barnyard, or like some kind of building storage space. But I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of lumber for future episodes, just based on this one area. Probably more lumber than I could probably use in a little while. So yeah, that's gonna be a good one. But for now, we'll clear out this downside, flatten this out, terraform it, and I'll see you when that bad boy gets done. So yeah. Alright, folks, I had to redo this outro because my audio last time was honestly quite atrocious, and well, you guys deserve better than atrocious audio. Atrocious audio was for the beginning stages. I think I've got my audio levels fixed, so yeah. I smoothed this out, and now we actually have a walkable path down here. While I could have just had a regular path that went from there to down there, I found that kind of boring, so I kind of like having the curved path go from right here to right here. I plan to have a kind of stone wall right here that surrounds this edge, as well as this lip right here, because I'm honestly quite enough fascinated with stone walls. Also, I just think it's amusing. Down here is mainly gonna be, I don't know, some kind of either like pens, something. And then over here, the back end of the forest, this forest will have the barnyard and all that. And it looks like we'll have some sheep, chickens, all that, pigs, yeah. But Jesus, it looks like my little pasture will end somewhere around here at this isthmus, or I'll turn that into a new canal. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's been today's episode. I thank y'all for watching. I do hope y'all have enjoyed not only today's video, but this week's batch of videos, and I do hope that y'all have enjoyed the trailer. Promise to get the. I'm promising to already work on the building for Rifts. So yeah, I do hope y'all have a excellent day, and look at that moon. Beautiful, chef's kiss. Anyways, take care. Bye-bye.